welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Val-des-Bois expeditions way up in the mountains here. We started from our tent for this weekend, and my thinking is we're basically just going to go down this backside of the mountains where I've never been before. So we'll take a trip down there, see what we can find. We'll probably be in store for alpine ibex and the ptarmigans being this high up, but still, let's go to an area of the map I've never been to and shown off. So let me just check how we're doing for our loadout. We should be good for ammo there, should be good for that. I could actually bring something else, so maybe just in case we do come across any foxes, we'll bring... Yeah, that's the 243. Bring that. Hang on, is that 243? Yeah, we'll bring 10 of those. I don't think we'll need more than that. And I think that's rifle scope I like using with it. Okay, so that should be good there. Everything else is fine there. Yeah, we're all good. Okay, so we can reload and embark. Yeah, might not look that high up where we are right now, but we don't actually have a point of reference to, like, the lower parts of the reserve. And once we get over this hill here, we're probably going to see quite the change. I'll have to see how much of this, like, really high altitude hunting I'll be doing, because, I mean, again, species are going to be pretty limited. It's probably just going to be the ibex and the ptarmigans out in these really upper reaches. So I'm trying to think of what episode this is. I think this might be 7 and 8. I'm not 100% certain, no. But I feel like it's around there. So maybe what I'll do is, this weekend be up here, next weekend maybe we'll try doing the other, sightseeing tour mission that I think is this lodge to one of these little spots. And then maybe one more weekend of just random hunting somewhere on the map. But at least we're up here and we can check out the high country in a lot longer now that we've already embarked all the way to get the tent here. I'm going to try to be a bit better and more accurate with the shots against the ibex. I was thinking about pulling out the 300, but I've always relied on that. I kind of want to work at getting other weapons up with levels in that. It's just that way I have more reliable options across a variety of, well, options, really. But yeah, we'll just enjoy a little bit of time up here, and we're starting to see just how it slopes down, yeah. Now, given the area we'll be hunting, I don't think we might have to worry too much about the ibex once we do spot them giving us the slip up, like, unreachable spots. Yeah, look at this nice view from up here. I don't really see anything yet, and the ibex, thanks to all the very helpful comments that keep coming in with the Hunter Classic as I go on, the ibex are heavily sight-focused for, like, how they pick you up on you. And it makes sense. It's not exactly like they're going to really be that sensitive to, I'd say, hearing or smell, because there's so little that can actually, like, get around to where they are. I think they'll see it coming from well off before they'd ever have to worry about, like, it being in that close. Yeah, I'm a little surprised just looking out from here. No movement yet. We'll just keep on our way, go down, and hopefully see something or hear something in a little bit of time. I was going to say, maybe I'm actually past where the ibex are. It's like that certain areas way up is where you'll find them more likely, but it's probably something too where with the tent set up, there might be that sort of like dead zone around your spawn location. That might be a factor right now we have to walk out of. I'll just go along and see. I think the ptarmigan are going to be one of the trickier animals to actually go, because the ibex are going to be able to just glass on cliff sides and from afar. We'll probably be able to see them rather well. The ptarmigans, though, I don't know if they'll call, so it's basically you're going to accidentally walk up and flush them out. I actually don't know if there is, like, a caller that you could use, sort of like a pheasant caller, where you'll just get an alert to where they generally are. That might be something that you can pick up from the shop. Right now, it is a spending freeze with anything from the shop, just so that way we can keep saving up to flush out that magpie goose setup. And we are... I'm trying to think of how much GM we got right now. I think we're at 11,000? We're at a fair amount, but we still can't quite pick up too many decoys. I think with what we're at, we can probably get 6 or 7 more. And maybe after the Hemeldal expedition series, we'll be able to have at least 10 decoys placed out. But it is a thing where, once I do get the setup made, it might be very easy just to stay there and just grind the magpie geese for a while, and that'll be the best way to farm GM and bring it in. We'll see once we can kind of flesh that out a little more. Yeah, I just want to look in case I can spot any bits of movement, but so far it's looking pretty dead up here. Haven't even covered that much, too. So once we get up to the next little ledge there, we're probably going to have a nice view down again. Might be a little obstructed because of the tree line that we're getting into, but we'll just have to see once we reach that. We'll keep our ears open. I guess I could even try looking up on the side of the mountain, too, although the only problem with trying to get anything from there is I don't know if it would actually roll down to a place you could gather it or harvest it. And there is a little trick I also have to try out with the game 2 that I had no idea this existed for however long it has existed, but it might be very helpful when it comes to finding, like, downed animals. But we'll try putting that to work when we actually have the situation calling for it. For now, though, we'll just keep enjoying a little bit of a hike through. Yeah, again, it doesn't look like we're that high up. It looks like we're in a little bit of a valley or something, but once you get to a spot where you can actually look down, you realize you are a fair distance up. I just wanna... Yeah, I'm not sure if there's actually something somewhere over to my right, or I'm just starting to hear things. I think I might just be hearing things. Okay, so we've reached the tree line again. And we'll see what's down this other side. Yeah, I don't know what you'd do if you, like, saw a really good-looking ibex up on the side of the mountain there, because, like, how would you even go about trying to collect that? We'll just have to make sure we mind the surroundings where we might try taking any, so that way we can be sure we'll harvest them. No, actually, I don't know if we'll be able to get down from here. I wasn't expecting it to be quite as severe of a drop as it looks to be. Looks like there we might be able to get down, though. Or at least get down safely. This might actually be an area where you do have to have another climbing kit with you. Well, it looks like we might be okay, though. It does slope and drop a bit, but I think we'll be okay and survive the slide. If we do slide, which we will a bit. Okay. So, yeah, no idea where we really are and what to expect from this spot. Like, it kind of reminds me of that in-between on the map. Like, I gotta admit, I'm using the draw tool more often, I like it. This area here, like, where you have to climb up to, it kind of reminds me of that in a way. Almost like a transition period behind the lowlands and the summit or the peak area. And it's like this weird mix where you might find ibex, but maybe you'll also find the other animals from the reserve roster too? Honestly, hard to say. And then I did have some nice little bits of trivia come in as I was posing questions like what would hunt the ibex, or what kind of natural predators would the ibex have? does sound like there are golden eagles in Europe, or well, I guess it is Europe because that's a continental area, in Europe that would hunt down at least the juveniles. I don't know if there would actually be eagles that'd be large enough to like cause the adults to topple and get a meal from them falling like that or not. But it'd be eagles, wolves, and Eurasian lynx. But I think there has to be a point where like climbing and trying to reach the ibex becomes too difficult, where if the ibex are just able to stay above a certain elevation, they could probably go completely unchallenged. I was really hoping we would have heard or seen a track by now. But so far, nothing wants to be popping up or making itself known. I don't have any calls that would make an ibex respond either. Yeah, this is... I'm kind of getting like a Skyrim Falkreath vibes. Like, all the pine trees, the big, large stones all about the area. Yeah, I'm just getting that feeling from this area. Kind of like eerie, possibly mystic woods. Although the next area a little further down looks like it might be pretty steep to travel too. I was hoping with how remote it was, they might give you like a little bit higher spawn chances, or you might see more animals in these remote reaches, but so far, haven't had a single call, haven't really spotted anything, and not a single track on the ground. So I'm not sure what to expect going forward. I know the ibex can call out because we did have, when we were climbing up, a few instances where they were making calls and sounds. But yeah, it just feels like we are in a dead zone. Maybe I spawned up in the mountains and everything tended to spawn more down in the riverbed. Yeah, looks like we got another drop here. I might actually make it all the way to the other lodge before we'll have a encounter of anything. Oh, we got rain coming down. At least that'll help hide us as we're making our way down through this route. I was hoping for something by now. Like even just a little fox or rabbit or... Uh-oh. That might hurt. Yeah, that's going to take us out. But I do have the first aid kit, so I will pop one here to keep us in this area. Yeah, I had a feeling... Oh, and you know what the dumb thing is? If I would have been a little more to my right, I probably would have been able to walk down just fine. Well, you live and learn. At least that'll help us work our way through this one health or first aid kit, because I think I've got, like, what, one use of this one left? Yeah. I don't know if we'd actually run into any brown bears in this area or not. No, but it looks like more treacherous stuff is still ahead, too. I don't know, this area feels like it should have a specific animal type. I don't think it should be ibex. Honestly, if they tried to bring, like, the Eurasian lynx into this map, because I think there is a Eurasian lynx on the Hemeldal map, this might be a good area for it to, like, have as its spawn. Dense forest, kind of tucked up in higher elevation areas. It could be a fit for it. But right now, it is just so weirdly dead. Like, I'm not sure if I should even try calling. Although, see, the calls don't always get replies either, and I don't want to just, like, stop in the middle of nowhere with nothing around. I heard a bark or something, or maybe it was just the way I moved the headphones a bit. I don't know. That almost sounded like a wolf bark. God, I think I'm losing my mind. I got lost in the woods and now I'm going insane. Yeah, this is just getting eerily weird. I think I can give you guys advice not to try going up into these back reaches because, yeah, they produced nothing call-wise or sight-wise this entire journey. And it's a fair bit of distance we covered. Like, once I'm not actually distracted by, like, having an animal I'm working on, you cover ground even if you're not running in the game. But again, this just feels weirdly empty. I guess I can try using the binoculars and look along the cliffside. But I doubt I'm really going to see anything. I haven't even seen a single animal track for our entire hike. You know, if they really want to, they could probably use the engine the Hunter Classic or the Hunter reviews and make a pretty immersive horror experience. Like, just tone down the lighting a bit or make it at night so you have to use a flashlight. And this would be a spooky place to be walking through. Yeah, not a single thing. Now, at least we seem to have found an easy way down to, like, the next area here. I don't know if it was just bad luck on my part, or it could be because of how the terrain in the forest is. It's just hard to see anything more around you. And I just managed to take the one route through all of it. I couldn't find a single track or hear an animal call or anything. Well, at least we can say we're covering ground, we're seeing new territory that we haven't explored before. With us getting even lower, I'm hoping we'll start getting some wildlife really just existing. I still am trying to hunt in this series, not just explore around and see what we haven't seen. This is just a bit strange to have as like an experience. It seems like it should be a dense, lush woodland. All kinds of animals would be able to be just at peace up there. And yet nothing. Let me try looking. Yeah, I don't really see all. I almost thought I heard like a bear sound for a moment, but I don't think so. Yeah, nothing registered on here. I don't see a thing around us. God, if this was a North American map, I'd swear it would be a perfect place to just slide a Sasquatch, a little Easter egg or something in, just like a distant wood knock sound effect, and then you would have the community rushing out to try to replicate and find it. that might be an interesting April Fool's thing to do, because I'm not sure what all the April Fools have been for the Hunter Classic. I know there's some that have been squeezed in here and there. I think this year's was actually bringing the Primal Rex back on 1 or 2 maps to have it rip you apart. Well, that'd be an interesting April Fools, is just have audio and little hints around that there might be something. But ultimately, there's nothing, and you just leave the community to frenzy itself. I think that'd be probably pretty evil to do, but it does feel like it could be very fitting for, like, the April Fool's Day spirit. Yeah, okay, so we've gotten down to this area. I'm hoping there's going to be something here. Yeah, I might even just try randomly calling and see if we get any replies as we're in this section now. Like, this feels it should be low enough that everything else from the reserve roster, not the ibex or the ptarmigan, will be here, but red deer, foxes, bears, rabbits, roe deer. Just give me something for today. I will take that. Red fox indeed. Okay. And I want to switch this for the 243. There we go. So it's not going to be a complete bust for all the walk through the woods. Although we do have to make sure we actually get this animal down. And then we can make sure. Alright, there. The compound is the next travel mission, which I think is actually start from the second lodge and go to one of the nearby lake or whatever it is. Don't I have... Oh, I forgot to bring the fox call with me because I didn't think I'd be running into foxes even though I have the complete capacity for it. I should have double-checked my gear. Oh, but we've got a track of something else. Oh, actually, maybe a couple of something else's. Yeah, there might have been a group of animals here. Or could these just be rabbit trap? No, red deer, I think. Yeah. Wildlife exists. Okay, so depending on how we hit this fox, we'll see how this supposed little trick works that was mentioned by Dangerfloof. I'm just going to try to... Okay, you know what? Yeah, I am crouched down, so I think I should be safe for a little bit longer. Okay, and there are rabbits around here. And they do have warrens on Val-des-Bois, too. They're probably harder to spot because they're going to be more camouflaged to the terrain. And there's more grasses and stuff that can hide them. But yeah, now I'm beating myself up over not having the fox caller for sure. So I have... Oh! Actually, that's not too bad looking for a red deer, and it does seem like we finally hit the, sort of paradise for the wildlife. Okay. I just need you to stop a moment. Okay, you know what? I have the caller for them, actually. So let's see if we can bring it in. Okay, well, there's a female in there, too, so... Oh, now everybody's showing up. Okay, ours... Oh, I don't know where ours actually is now. Yeah, so we finally found out where all the animals were. I'm just gonna try stay low. Okay, so we got a few that are like doubling back there. Oh, I see antler. Yeah, but it's tucked in behind all the branches there. That's making it difficult to I think that might be... No, you're not the other one. I think you're a smaller one compared to what we were seeing. Although, you aren't too bad, I suppose, in your own right. Okay, I might have to take him, though, just because he's starting to get in close, and I'm not seeing any other options. So might as well go for what you can guarantee you'll get, rather than holding out hope for something you won't at all. And I hear rabbits over that way. So, you know what? I'm going to switch this back to the shotgun, prepare that for some rabbits. Yeah, I just saw it going over this way. It's down here somewhere. Actually, I don't know if it went further or not. So, well, I can't really seem to showcase it from here, but apparently one thing you can do is if you hit the Z key, and that was supposed to toggle a sunglasses effect for the game, but what it can also do is it can kind of like bring out the semicircle of like a downed animal easier. As long as it's in your render range. Like, say, as I walk up, I think that'll disappear. Oh, maybe not. Just trying to see, because, like, we just brought it up. Maybe I'll have to try another animal to see it on. But apparently it's something that can possibly help you locate any downed animals ready for harvest, because you'll be able to see the semicircle much more easily if you do press Z. And how did this one score? 67 is not too bad for, like, going this long without any animals. And then I am going to try to see if I can just get a rabbit, since we did spot one doing a little bit of a runaway. Oh, maybe this is the one I spotted. We just saw the left antler when he was coming through. I didn't realize he was so irregular like that. Okay, yeah, so there's a bunch of rabbit tracks here. It's just trying to figure out where it might have tucked itself into. Because I don't think I found a single warren on Val-des-Bois yet. But judging from all the tracks around here, there's gotta be one close. Although, it looks like they all tapered out over here. So maybe it's back this way a little bit. It's gonna be a bit tricky, but it definitely feels like everything basically around this. I do wish they wouldn't have, like, the I don't understand why they have the limited, like, draw function. But basically, let me draw a line. Anything up here, we didn't really find much interaction with, but everything here was a good area to kind of be. So probably would say, just stay south of this line-ish here, and if you do place a tent up here, you're probably going to want to go more for what's over this half. Maybe there'll be some things here, but it really didn't feel like we were really having much, if any, well, no luck. We didn't hear a single call, didn't see a single animal. Okay, what about up here? Now, this is a pretty big and exposed area. I don't know if the rabbits would actually, like, have places here or not. There are still a lot of tracks scattered all about here. There's gotta be somewhere right around here there's a warren. Like, all these little tracks here are from them. But I just can't see anything that really is, like, standing out as, like, a burrow or a warren or a den or whatever the term is. Now, I was hoping maybe if I stopped, I could start hearing them. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just get myself up on a rock, take a seat, and end this episode off. Really didn't get as much, well, anything that hunted this episode. But at least we got to kind of show off, okay, this is this area. It's not really that good for any of the game you kind of want to go after, way up in the, like, highland areas, or the really top elevation zones. If you're going for your ibex or ptarmigans, you're probably going to want to stick to, like, this area right up here. Probably gives you the best results with the best eye or line of sight around, and there's not that many dense pockets of trees. Like, once, I think this spot right around here was where we, like, hit the tree line, and then it was pretty thick with forest all the way down. But yeah, we'll try going through this area here, work our way south next episode, and just see what else we can come across. For now, though, we are good to wrap things up here. So, thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of the Hunter Classic, or our Val-des-Bois Expedition series in the Hunter Classic. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave comments right down below. And until I see you in the next video, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.